We're going with quite a calm colour scheme today, which is quite funny because I've got loads of energy. I spoke to my friend Indie Andy before this and he chose the colour scheme for this video, so if you don't like it, please direct all complaints to @IndieAndyUK on Twitter. I kind of feel at this point I should have an intro. I've been doing it for 2.5 years. Should I make a YouTube intro? Let me know in the comments down below. I started a trend there, didn't I, with putting UK at the end? It wasn't me first, but anyway, I want to talk about meltdowns, and I'm going to do a whole top 5. Well, it's not really top 5, it's 5. It's 5 meltdown triggers of mine, which I've not really discussed on the internet, because they're only things that I've really figured out fairly recently. These are all things which I don't necessarily pick up on myself, but they're things that other people learnt me to, and they're things that I've learned over time. I really wish I could act upon all of these, however, I can't. Number 1, the weather. If it's raining, I'm more likely to have a meltdown. Basically anything other than a little bit cloud, like normal British weather. If it's too hot, I can be likely to have a meltdown. If it's raining heavily, if it's snowing, if it's windy, all of these factors that aren't calm and neutral really get me going. Of course, the reason behind this is the sensory issues here. Well, of course, the 5 senses are thingy. I think the temperature comes under touch for some reason. There are actually 7 senses, and I should know these. I probably should have researched these before I did the video, but it's proper something and interproper something, I think. If you know what I'm on about, please leave a comment. Enlighten us all. But basically, it's feeling temperature that is unusual. The extreme condition I can cope with most is sun, because most of the time I like just wearing shorts and t-shirt. I don't know quite why I need to show you that. I am wearing shorts. I might not have been wearing shorts, that would have been weird. I have to be really careful though, because of course me with my dark hair, I can get really hot really quickly, and that freaks me out a little bit. And I'm prone to nosebleeds. I don't know if that's an autism thing that I've ever spoken about, but apparently that's quite common. That happens whenever I get stressed or really hot. Probably the stress bit is more the autism bit. Don't know why I get them when I'm hot. Strangely enough, actually, I get them like whenever the atmosphere pressure changes. I get nosebleeds a lot. Anyway, other conditions like when it snows. I like snow. I liked snow when I was little, but now when it's an inconvenience to my daily routine, it interrupts things. I can't necessarily drive all the time in snow. I can't walk without falling over. Yeah, it's all these things. It's things that interrupt your going about your daily thing. Another thing I struggle with is selecting the appropriate clothing for the weather, which I shall address in another video. Do you want an updated video on autism clothes? Because I noticed people commenting on the one I did years ago, but I know a lot more about everything now, so let me know in the comments down below if you want that. I'm saying that a lot this video, aren't I? I've only just got into wearing coats, like at age 21. For the last like kind of 5 years especially, it's been impossible to get me to wear a coat, so now I can go out in the rain. I still don't like it. I don't like rain on my face. It's a sensory nightmare, and I don't like it yeah. Anyway, God, we're only on number 1. I need to move on, don't I? Number 2, let's talk about food. This is another video that I kind of want to do an update on. So do you want a whole video on autism and food, and I can kind of show you in it how, like, what I eat and how I prepare stuff? But let's talk about the trigger side of things. I am not the best at remembering to eat. Who would have thought it with this? I've set reminders on my phone to remember to go and eat a meal unless I'm prompted by another human. There's so many things I can't do by myself. I'll get there one day. But anyway, by not eating, by not drinking, I'm kind of going to cheat with number 3 and combine it in with this one because they're fairly similar. Number 3 will be when I don't drink enough, because when I get a headache, I freak out about having a headache. It's not a good system, is it, that I get a headache and start freaking out about it and have a meltdown. Just have a headache and have a headache like a normal person. But that's what happens sometimes, so yeah. I'm also useless with taking medicine, so I have to have soluble paracetamol. Anyway, that's deviating from points 2 and 3. So if I've not eaten in a while, of course, blood sugar going down really affects my ability to function, my ability to process things. So therefore, not having blood sugar means I'm more likely to get triggered out by everything and make me more stressed. My mum always knows. My mum knows everything. Mums are magic, aren't they? But if I'm in a mood where I'm really on edge and I like crying constantly, one of those moods, she will know that I've not eaten and normally force feed me apples and grapes. By force feed, I don't mean actually put them in my mouth. I'm not quite like that. She does hand me a plate of stuff though and go eat. Number 4 is quite a strange one because it only occurs twice a year. Whenever there's a solstice, it's not a solstice, my birthday's the winter solstice and my half birthday's the summer solstice. What I'm trying to say, time changes. when the clocks change and everything changes and the sunlight changes, because everything changes by an hour. I've realised now that I need to create time around the time changes, because I know these are particularly stressful periods for me. I know that I'm more likely to be triggered and have meltdowns. And the last one, I was debating putting this one in. However, why not? This is an interesting one that you may want a whole video on in the future, because it would be quite an interesting video. I'm kind of putting off saying this, so let's just say it. If I've not been to the toilet in a while, like how I don't remember to eat and drink, sometimes I don't realise that I need to go to the toilet. This is often because, and I know this happens across the spectrum, but if I'm focusing on a task, I will not think about basic bodily functions, which isn't very useful at times, because normally what it means is I don't realise I need to go until the very last second. But of course, God, this is so weird to talk about, isn't it? But we all know the feeling of when you really need to go, but you can't get to a toilet. That's kind of what it's like. So I will feel that for a long period of time. However, I won't realise that the solution to that is to just go to the toilet. So that feeling of uncomfortableness can last for many, many hours, and it makes me extremely stressed and on edge, which of course can trigger meltdowns. So yes, that's another one that can sometimes happen, and I can't believe I've spoken about that on the internet. If you want a whole video on autism and toilet stuff, because there's so much to talk about with it, I will make that. Well, if there's enough interest. I don't particularly want to do it just because maybe I don't go into all my personal details with it, but there you go, I've already said that sometimes I don't remember to poo, so so let's have a little recap of the 5 things that we've discussed. I feel a graphic coming on, don't you? So, weather, food, drink, time change, toilets. Boosh. You can tell I enjoy playing with Final Cut these days, can't you? So of course, in the comments down below, leave me any meltdown triggers that you think are a thing for you, or that you've heard of. Let me know if you have the same ones as me. Be interested to know about the last one, because I've spoken to that one about a few people, and they've said, well, some of them have just been like, no, I don't experience that, but some people have also been like, do you know what, I hadn't realised that one, but yeah, I'd never thought about that, but yeah, that's me. I'm really happy with YouTube at the moment, so I'm going to film another video straight away, so expect that coming in the next few days. That's a difference, isn't it? I would say leave me a comment letting me know what colours you want in the background, but I'm going to film that next video now, so we won't have time for that. But leave me a comment about the colours, and maybe they'll come up in the future. Like, maybe that can be a thing. Yeah, cool. Okay, you know what you're commenting. I know that I've filmed enough. I need to do a thumbnail. I find it so weird doing thumbnails. What do I do for Meltdown? Do I look weird in this? I don't know, because my eyes are closed. There we go. I'm going with this. I'm going with this. But yeah, so thank you very much for watching, and I shall see you soon. Bye.